Hi everyone, it's Chrissy and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your first time watching. So today we're going to be building with the two new kits that we just got last week, like late last week, and this is actually the first build that I did with those two kits. So we're going to be building with the 𝐂𝐫𝐶 Bistro kit and the Riviera Retreat kit, I believe is what it's called. And I absolutely love these two. A huge thank you to the Creator Network, by the way, for giving me early access. Not really early access, but for giving me these codes. I didn't get early access to these codes because they're just kits. But I did receive both of the codes for the kits from the Creator Network. So yeah, huge thank you to them for that. But we're going to be building a bistro slash cafe slash bookstore type lot. So if you guys are long-time viewers on the channel, or if you're new here, let me just explain, because I know a lot of people can sometimes get a little bit confused when I do multi-purpose lots, because we don't necessarily have the ability to have multi-purpose lots in the game. So what I do when I build community lots, and what I really like doing with community lots, is making them as versatile and as functional as I can. So usually, because we can't add new lots to the game, we can't like add new like extra lots to a world. We're kind of like stuck with however many lots there are in a world when it releases. We can obviously change up what's on the lots, but we can't add more lots. Because of that, I always love having like multi-purpose community lots, because you can really easily change up what they're actually supposed to be. So like this one, for example, I built it so that it would fulfill all of the requirements for a lounge, a bar, a cafe, and a retail store. So let's say you wanted your Sims to come here for a coffee. You can, obviously place down the build, have your Sims come here, and then go into build mode and change the lot type to be a cafe. And that will automatically spawn a barista, and Sims will go to the little coffee station. They'll order coffees, all of that normal cafe stuff. But let's say you wanted this for maybe a fun night out with, your Sim and their friends, or, date night or whatever. And you wanted it to function as either a lounge or a bar. Just, go to the lot, go to build mode, change up the lot type to be a bar, and it will spawn a bartender, and Sims will do like all of the normal bar activities, I guess you would say. And the same with the retail lot. So I don't usually build retail lots. I don't usually play with retail lots either. It's one of those lot types that I literally never ever use when I play the game. So I don't tend to build them all that much either. But this building has like, you can kind of see that it has like almost like 4 sections of it. So on the left hand side, if you look at it from the front, that like reddish building, so the two left buildings basically, that's where I'm going to be building the kind of like bistro vibe, the bistro part of the build, which is what I actually ended up making like the bar and the lounge space. So I actually also only furnished the bottom floor for most of this build, because I didn't want the build to be too big and like laggy, and like, I don't know, for me personally, I don't usually use a lot of multiple story community lots, just because Sims will like split up, and then they go wherever they want, and they're all over the place, and you can never find what you're looking for. So for this one, I wanted it to be a multi-story like building, because it looked good and it fit with the vibe that I was going for. But I didn't actually want to use 3 stories of the building. So for the lounge and bar area, so like the bistro area, I actually only ended up using the first floor. The second and the third floor bit are completely empty. As you can see, I literally just covered the windows with curtains, and it's totally empty. You can obviously, renovate that, put some stuff up there if that's something that you'd like to do, but for me, I just left it empty. And then the same with the cafe, which is on the right hand corner of the build. So the cafe is also only, you know, like first floor, just the cafe station, some seating, all of that stuff. But for the bookstore, which is in this like green building, I actually ended up using both the first and the second floors because it's the smallest building out of all four. And it just, I don't know, it made sense to me. It was kind of like a cozy bookstore vibe to have like 2 stories in the bookstore. So on the first floor, there's the cash register, you know, some displays, bookshelves, all of that stuff. And then the second floor has a bunch more bookshelves and displays and all of that stuff. But it also has a little desk area that I put 2 laptops on to kind of make it look like Sims had, you know, some Sims like came to this lot. Maybe they're here to like do schoolwork or research something, or maybe they just like working from the bookstore, and it's, you know, maybe they know the owner, so they come here, order a coffee next door, you know, go to the bookstore, get some work done or something like that, get some studying done. So yeah, I put some laptops up there, and I also have a couple of seating spaces as well, so your Sims can come here and use it as kind of like a library, although it doesn't function as a library lot. But I do have regular bookcases, so technically you could just have your Sims come here to read books if that's something you wanted to do. But yeah, so you will see that the majority of the exterior has come together at this point. And I did cut out a couple of things, so a few times during this exterior portion you might have noticed that, you know, stuff randomly just changed, and that was because I kind of made an oopsie, and I was thinking about using this for my save file, but then for some weird reason I thought this was in 𝐂𝐀. I don't know why. I thought this was a completely different world. I mean, 𝐂𝐀 and San Sequoia don't even look remotely similar. I'm building this in San Sequoia, by the way, but they don't even look remotely similar. And I don't know why I thought I was building this in a completely different world. So at the beginning, when I was doing the style and the look of the build, I was going for something that would fit in 𝐂𝐀. And obviously, that's not the world that we're building in, and I didn't want to move the build. So I decided to keep the base of the build, but change up some of the colors, make it look a little bit less bright, as, you know, a little bit more subdued. Basically, I changed up some of the windows eventually and made it look a little bit more like it might fit in San Sequoia. I still don't think it fits in perfectly, but I do really like the way it looks, so I decided to keep it on this lot. And I really like the way it fit in with the surroundings, like where it is. This is built on the, I believe, Manzanita Terrace lot in San Sequoia, and it's an empty lot usually. And I just decided to build this here because it felt like the perfect, like, I don't know, community lot space. And it has absolutely gorgeous views out the back. It's right across from, I believe, like the subway station and where the library usually is. It's in that like town area of San Sequoia where you have the movie theater and all of that stuff. So I don't know, I love the placement of this lot, and I really like it. I can't wait to play with it as well. But yeah, like I said, I was going to do this for my save, and then I made the mess up with, you know, building it for the like wrong world. So I decided that I'm not going to be using it for my save file, but I do really like the way it turned out. This was the first time that I had a play around with the new kit items and all of that stuff as well, and I am obsessed with it. If you guys follow me over on Twitter, you will already know this because I did freak out about the items a little bit, but I absolutely love the items. I think the items from the Bistro kit especially, I really adore them. Like, they are some of the best items and the most like detailed items that we've gotten in the game, and especially in kits. Like, I don't even mean just in kits, I mean like in the game, period. Like, they are absolutely amazing. I wish some of them had a couple more swatches, like the wine bottle and, you know, stuff like that. I do wish some of them had a few more swatches, And with the booth seating, those like 3-seater booths that I absolutely love, like 3-tile booths, I wish we got a corner version of them like we got in Dine Out. In Dine Out, we obviously got the corner versions and then those like 3-tile versions. I wish we got a corner version of those booths, and I wouldn't have said no to maybe like a couple of plants or something, but it is just a kit, and I do know that like the items in kits are usually a lot less, you know, than you would find in like a stuff pack or something like that. So I'm not surprised by the fact that we didn't get more items. I just, for this style, I wish there are a couple of other things that I feel like could have been added that would have made it even better. Like, you know, like I said, maybe 1 or 2 small plants for on tables, or the booth, like the corner booth, for example, or, you know, something like that. And then there are a few items that I wish had a few more swatches, like the decorative wine bottle that we got. That doesn't have any swatches. So I wish that, you know, just came with a couple of different like label swatches, for example, that wine bottle that I'm cluttering with. Yeah, I wish that had maybe like a few different labels that you could choose from, stuff like that. But all very like minor things, I guess, especially if you combine it with other packs, like I did in this build. This build isn't obviously, you know, it's not pack restricted, so, you know, combining it with other packs really made a difference, and I could find a lot of stuff in other packs that really worked well with these items. Now, the Riviera Retreat kit is one that's a little bit more focused on outdoor space, and in this particular build there isn't a lot of that, because it's not supposed to be a pool, it's supposed to be a bistro type lot, not supposed to be like, you know, waterfalls by the pool and lounge chairs and all of that stuff. But I did use some of the kit items in this. I used those tables on the outside, the ones with the little umbrella. They are actually from the Riviera Retreat kit. I also used some of the chairs, obviously, to go with those tables. And I used that, I believe the plant that I used, the big round potted plant that I used inside, I believe that one is also from the Riviera Retreat kit as well. So yeah, I used, you know, a few things from both of the kits, and I absolutely love the way this build turned out. You guys will have to let me know what you think. But yeah, here we've moved on to the little bookstore space. So like I said, the first floor is basically just, I don't know, basically just retail oriented. There's a bunch of books. I put down a bunch of these like book piles from Debug, and like displays, and, you know, all of that stuff like that you would find in a bookstore basically. And then on the second floor, I put in a couple of regular bookshelves and then some seating, all of that stuff. And I also went in and used some of the new like sign in reward items. Now, when I was actually doing this build, I actually started this build, I believe, on Thursday night. Yeah, the night that the kits came out, I think. So I started this build, and I saw someone posted on Twitter that there was a workaround to unlock all of the like sign-in rewards. And the way you do that is you go into build mode and you filter by event rewards in the little filter tab on the right hand side. So you filter by like event rewards, and then you have to filter it by every color, because yeah, you can filter out different colors, but just make sure that you have every color ticked, and then, you know, check off the event rewards one as well, and those items will all appear. Like the trash can that we got, the little mini fridge that we now have in the base game, the pillow, the like dartboard that we have as well, they will all show up even if, you know, you technically haven't unlocked them yet. So I really like that workaround. I did use the little mini fridge in the, like, at the back of the little register in the bookstore, just to make it look like, you know, that's the staff fridge. You know, whoever works here, maybe that's where they keep their lunch, or, you know, a bottle of bottled water, or, you know, whatever. So I did put that in there. So yeah, I used that, and I believe that that I used that, and then I used the vending machine as well. We did get a vending machine from those event rewards, like sign-in rewards. So I used the vending machine at the back as well, at the back of the cafe, but outside. So if your Sims are coming here and they're coming to the lot as a bookstore, as a bar or whatever, and you wanted them to grab a snack, then they can do so at the vending machine if they don't want to order from like the cafe station or the bar or whatever. So yeah, I don't know, I like using those items, and I'm hoping that the fact that we can unlock those items using that workaround means that even if someone misses any of the unlocks during, you know, these 4-week periods that they're running, it's all very confusing. And don't take my word for any of this, by the way, this is just me thinking out loud. But I'm hoping that the fact that you can work around it the way that I did in this build means that if the 4-week period where you can unlock these items pass and someone missed one of the unlocks, that they can still download builds and like rooms from the gallery with those items and still have them in their builds. Like, I'm hoping that if you download this build like 2 years from now for whatever reason, and you know this whole promotion thing has passed, that those items won't disappear from the game. I'm kind of hoping that that is how it's going to work. We will have to see. But with all of that said, you guys, I know this voiceover has been all over the place. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm in a very weird mood today, so I'm a little bit scatterbrained. I do apologize. I haven't taken my meds. That is probably why. But in any case, moving on from that, we're basically done with this whole build. We've done the little cafe as well. Most of the cafe seating is outside. I just threw a crystal, so yeah, I'm all over the place. But with all of that said, we're gonna go ahead, hop on into the game, and take a proper look at this build, like from top to bottom in real time, and I'm gonna show you around the build really quickly. Okay, so here we have the finished build. I just wanted to show you guys what it would look like on the gallery. It's just called Bistro, Café and Bookstore. It's technically uploaded as a lounge, but like I said, you can work with it as a bar, a lounge, a cafe, a retail lot. You know, it's all up to you. It is uploaded to the gallery. My gallery ID is just ChrissieYT. It's always in the description as well. But yeah, this is what the finished build looks like. I absolutely love it. Like I said, I love the way it looks on this lot. It does. I was kind of going for this vibe, like with all of the colors and all of that stuff. But for some reason, like I said, I thought I was building this in 𝐿. I went with a whole different vibe for the roofing than this would be, and I didn't go for the paneling either, and I didn't want to change it up too much. So yeah, it doesn't fit in perfectly with this vibe, but it fits in closely enough, I think, that it doesn't look too out of place. So yeah, I absolutely love the way it turned out. So obviously on this side, on the first floor, we have the bistro, lounge, bar space. We have the bookstore, and then we have the cafe over on this side. And I just want to show you guys the back as well, because I love the back of this build. I actually put these little like planter things in from from the debug. I think they might be from the debug from For Rent, or either the base game or For Rent. But yeah, I just put them there to make it look not so like precipitous, because if you delete these items, the lot basically goes right up to the edge, and this is quite a like steep drop. So yeah, I put those there to make it look a little bit less like dangerous. So yeah, we have the outside, we have obviously some seating for the bistro, and then we have obviously all of the outdoor seating for the cafe as well. So yeah, this is the little vending machine as well that I mentioned. And then we do have a little back entry for the bookstore as well. But yeah, let's go on into the main build. So like I said, the third floor and the second floor is mostly empty for most of these builds. I also hid a little like TV up here so that it would fulfill the bar requirement without having to have a TV actually like in the playable area. But yeah, you can come in here. I have couple of different doors that you can go through to get to the little bistro bar space. I love the way this looks. I love the way this looks, especially with these are actually bar backs that I literally just placed down and then lowered into the ground with the tool mod to make it look like this built-in cabinet. So yeah, I absolutely love the way that looks. And then obviously we have the 2 new mirrors from the pack that I just layered together. We have this cool wine rack as well. Obviously, you know, all of the booth seating. And I know I mentioned in the voiceover that I wish we got a corner booth with this booth. So obviously this is the booth that came with the pack. But what I mean by corner booth is like this one from Dine Out that would work with like a regular one-seater, not one-seater, but like one tile dining table. I wish we got like a version like this of that one. But yeah, I love those booths. I love all of the colors as well. All of the swatches and stuff with the new kits are absolutely fantastic. But yeah, we also have a couple of bathrooms over here. Just plain bathrooms, nothing too interesting. We have a bunch of music equipment as well, obviously to fulfill all of the lounge lot requirements. And then right next door, we have the little bookstore space. So like I said, a lot of books on display. I have a little section over here where there's a bunch of board games, because a lot of bookstores that I've been in, they always tend to sell like board games like Monopoly and Cluedo and like all of these other like kind of like also like versions of those games that are like Game of Thrones or, you know, all of those kinds of things. So I wanted to have a little board game section as well. Some more displays. I have this little like staff area with the mini fridge, obviously, you know, cash register. And then upstairs, we do have another little bathroom. And then that little desk space that I said would be maybe someone came here with their laptop to get some work done. There's a little reading space. We have some more book displays over there. And then some regular bookcases as well. And then on the last part of the build, so right on the corner, we have this little cafe with like the wraparound windows, the open. I love these doors. I love these like bifold doors. I'm obsessed with them. But yeah, so we have a little cafe. Obviously, you know, everything you need to have a cafe be functional. And then we do have a couple of seats on the inside, but most of the cafe seating is actually outside. So that was intentional. But yeah, so we have most of the cafe seating outside, and there's obviously like a bunch of seating for the like bistro and lounge and stuff too. But yeah, that is basically it for this build, you guys. If you wanted to download it, like I said, it is up on the gallery. All of the download information, all of that stuff will be in the description as always. But yeah, with all of that said, I really hope you enjoyed this speed build. Sorry, the voiceover was so all over the place. Like I said, it's been a weird day. It's been a long day. But I hope you guys enjoyed this build nonetheless. If you did, you know, give the video a like, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more Sims content, and turn on the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. And yeah, let me know what other kinds of builds you guys would like to see. I always love hearing your build suggestions, all of that stuff. I've actually already finished another bistro for my save file this time. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this build. You know, like I said, all of the download information, all of that stuff, it's in the description as always. A huge thank you to the Creator Network for giving me these codes. And also a huge thank you to my channel members who continue to support me and the channel. And I really do appreciate each and every one of you. If you guys want to find out more about becoming a channel member or all of the different perks and stuff like that that comes along with it, like early access to videos, early access to my save file, and a bunch of other perks and stuff like that as well, click on the little join button and it will tell you more about all of that. But I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, I hope you have an absolutely amazing week, and I will talk to you guys all very soon in my next video. Bye everyone.